guys, I just want to remind you that we do have a website that all of our recipes are posted on. It's F2BDairyFree.com. It'll be linked like right below here. And just sign up to be a member and then turn on notifications so you get notifications when we post a new recipe on our website.
Milk, we can't guarantee. Cheese is bad, don't disagree. Butter, ew, like high key. Forced to be dairy free.
Dairy free. Today you have entered the second episode of the Christmas countdown. Last episode, make sure you go check that out. It was mini apple turnovers. Today we'll be making sour cream pheasant. Let's get started.
Yes, I want to talk about those turnovers.
Yes.
Those were fantastic. See, Macy agrees.
Yes.
Yes, they were awesome. If you haven't tried it, it's really easy to make. Obviously, she was able to do it. That was very nice. But
hello, Santa?
Yeah.
Yeah, naughty.
Yeah, I told you Santa doesn't come for me. So we're going to be making sour cream pheasant. I already have the oven is preheated to 350 degrees. You can see I have a casserole dish already out, sitting over there. That's what, they'll show us, so kind of nasty looking. I'm showing off how nasty looking my casserole dish is. And Cameron, I'm going to have you...
Macy!
Okay, first I'm going to have you let out Macy because she's going crazy. Okay, so I am filleting out the pheasant, and I realize a lot of you don't have access to pheasant, so you can definitely use chicken for this if you want. And the recipe calls for 2 whole pheasant. As you can see, I don't have 2 whole pheasant here. I have 3 pheasant breasts. Cameron, you're distracting them. They're not going to pay attention to me. They need to know what they're doing. But that's all right. For whatever reason, this is last year's birds, and I had bagged my breasts separate from my legs, and I already cooked the legs, so I'm having 3 breasts instead of 2 whole pheasant. I really like the leg meat, which is unfortunate, but you can use that. You can use 3 of the breasts instead if you like. So you can see I'm filleting these out. I'd already given these heavy inspections to make sure there aren't any BBs left in them, or sometimes you get some feathers that go into the meat when you shoot the bird. And if you're using chicken instead, probably don't need to inspect for BBs.
Maybe not unless
probably not.
Chicken.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Pew, pew, pew. I shoot chicken.
All right, Cameron, while I'm doing this, you can get this olive oil and get that on a high heat, so pour in just enough to cover the surface of the pan. If you will be a deer and do that. Maybe a little bit more. You want to make sure the entire surface, there you go. Entire surface, because I'm going to be browning the pheasant and my 1 green pepper and 1 onion out there. So get that, you have it on a high heat.
High, single or dual?
Double high. I want it as hot as I can get.
Alright, on it.
You got that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And can you open the trash can for me?
Yes, sir.
So you can see when I fillet those, I just go from the top down along the ridge there of the breastbone. And did a mighty fine job. And if you have any left over, I'm not going to waste any meat. You can kind of just pull it away with your fingers. Definitely don't want to leave any of that behind. That was a hard-earned bird. And then I'm going to chunk this up into about 1 inch pieces. This has been a Carlisle family tradition dinner for Christmas in my family for a long time. Very festive. I have a few different changes for it. It wasn't dairy free when we started out with, so if you aren't dairy free, there's probably a few things you could do a little bit differently. I'd say the main one is we have this potato leek creamy soup. Cameron, can you show that one off?
It's by Imagine.
Yes, and I mentioned that before. They're also the ones that have the dairy-free mushroom soup, and pretty hard. You can find that brand at a lot of places, but it's hard to find the potato leek and the mushroom, at least where we're at. It's hard to find. But before, for this recipe,
So it's
we
really
would
going
use,
over here.
we'd use a can of cream of celery with a couple cups of water.
Oh,
So
Mark.
that's substituted for the dairy-free. But that means we had a little bit of water in when we cleaned it. We left that behind. That's all right. That's for some excitement for the show. Right? Mm-hmm. All right, so we have that diced up into 1-inch pieces. Anyway, so if you aren't dairy-free, you could use the cream of celery with 2 cans of water, or you can still use this potato leek creamy soup, which also works very well for this dish. And that's the main component that I had to change. So I have 1 cup of flour here. Probably don't need all that. Yeah, I'm using about 3/4 of a cup, and I'm just gonna dredge my pheasant chunks here. Cameron, do you have a spatula or something so you can stir these when I throw them in?
Of course, I always have spatula.
All right.
Today I choose a blue one, guys.
I'm making a mess.
Looks like this.
All right. How's my oil?
Oh, it's really going.
Okay.
It's going here.
So I'm going to toss in my pheasant chunks. And Cameron, you're going to stir that. Get it spread evenly on the surface so it gets browned evenly. Can you do that for me? Alrighty. And while Cameron is doing that, I'm going to mix together my other ingredients here. I have 2 cans of my water chestnuts. It is so nice that they go ahead and you can get these diced now. That saves just one little step. Not that it was a big deal. I know I'm able to dice. Oh no, Cameron.
What, Mercy?
I wasn't prepared. I don't have my teaspoon now. That's all right. I use this teaspoon. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder into my water chestnut. And a teaspoon of celery seed. That's a heaping teaspoon. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there. How's it coming?
Good.
Okay, now I've told you this before.
Yeah.
Okay, spread it out.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep mixing it.
No.
Okay, let it brown.
Yep. And then I put it in the
Okay, why don't you get a bigger one here? So what we're going to do is we're going to brown it, give it about a minute, and then try to flip it into even pieces straight down.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes,
All right. I'm going to put some cracked pepper. So think about a minute. Are you thinking a minute?
sir. Yep.
Quite a bit of pepper there. Keep these things separated. And now I'm going to put in my potato leek creamy soup. Cameron, can you grab the sour cream for me?
It's going in it, guys.
Yeah, it's probably ready to flip that. Let's see how it looks. Okay, yep, hurry up. All right. So while that's browning, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my peppers. So this is about halfway done with browning. When I'm at the halfway point is when I want to put in my peppers and my onions. Your spatula kind of keeps the pheasant separated so you can kind of brown it evenly on all sides. All right. You keep track of that. You're doing good, Cameron.
Stir it?
No, let it sit.
I let it sit for a minute.
So I have my plant-based sour cream here, and I'm going to use 1 cup of that. So this would be another thing if you aren't dairy-free. Okay, I just used all of it. Hope you didn't need that sour cream, Cameron. Or anything else.
I didn't, don't worry.
Okay. Now I'm going to mix all that together.
And guys, we probably showed you this before, but this is Folger sour cream. I think we talked about it in a previous episode.
I think you did, but you can talk about it again.
Burger
Forager.
Forager, organic, dairy-free sour cream.
Making a mess.
It's actually at a lot of grocery stores now. It's getting pretty popular.
Yes.
And
Cameron, that mixture is delicious.
this one?
Woo! Yes. I find it delicious. That potato leek creamy soup is really good. I would eat it.
Yeah.
That Imagine brand, they do just a great job.
Yes.
I'm just strongly impressed with their product.
Okay, should I flip it probably?
Now, I don't know, am I allowed to say that if Imagine wants to use us for a commercial, they're welcome to. I mean, we're probably their biggest fans.
Probably. I mean, we're pretty good like that. And guys, make sure that you share this video with your friends and family. Try and get this big for the Christmas countdown, because there are many recipes that you can use on Christmas, the following days to Christmas, and a bunch of like mini treats for your Christmas parties. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, they're great just winter dishes that just make you feel great.
Yeah. Heck, steal some of these recipes as your own. I don't know about you all, but for your work and stuff, a lot of times they'll ask for your favorite Christmas recipe, and they'll do these cookbooks. Everyone's doing something to try to feel the Christmas spirit, since people are working not necessarily together right now. They're working remotely from each other. So you can share these recipes, just take out our pictures and put it as your own. I don't care.
No,
Do you care?
No.
And Cameron has an awesome slate of Christmas recipes this month.
Yes, we have about 12 recipes or so. And sorry that we couldn't do it yesterday. Our schedule was pretty busy, but we have a show today and tomorrow, so we're not missing any days.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, make sure to share. She's going through some hard work.
I think so.
Yeah.
You want to know?
All right. So that was about what, 5 minutes of stir frying. It doesn't need to be. It's not cooked through. That's fine, because it's going to cook 2 hours in the oven. So I'm going to pour my mixture over the top. Make sure all the goodies are out. I love the water chestnuts. Everyone should know that by now. It's like one of my favorite things, which is weird because they really have a lot of flavor.
Oh, mercy.
Yummy. All right, so that's evenly spread over. And now I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 again, is what that's set at. I'm going to set that for 2 hours. And my last thing that I'll have, so you want to be ready, is we got to serve it on something. And I like to do it on the risotto. And I really like this brand of risotto here with the porcini mushrooms. And make sure to follow my directions and time this. So I'm going to start it with, I'm just going to follow the directions and cook that for 20 minutes. So when that gets 20 minutes left, I'll have this cooking.
Alrighty guys, so we totally forgot to put the mushrooms into the dish. But, you know, we're admitting our mistake and we're putting them in now. And we're just glad that we remembered it now and not later.
And we did remember it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we did.
2 minutes after we put it in the oven.
Yeah.
So what I would have done is I would have put these mushrooms in the same time that I put in the peppers and onions when I was browning the pheasant. So to overcome our mistake, kept my oven going, just went ahead and browned these mushrooms
Yeah.
in a little bit more olive oil, about a tablespoon of olive oil. No harm, no foul.
Nope.
Right? And I'm just going to mix that a little bit into our mixture there on top.
Yeah.
Without disturbing really the pheasant on the bottom. I don't want to peel the flour off there.
Nah.
Alright. Cameron, it's okay.
We're going back in the oven, guys, and we will see you in about an hour and 51 minutes. Alrighty, guys, it's time to take the dish out of the oven.
Watch out, dog.
No, get out of the way. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dad, I almost showed my true identity.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I'm an oaf.
Goofy.
Oh my gosh, it looks delicious.
Yep, so I'm going to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yes, so yummy.
And mix
The
I'm going to mix around the ingredients here, and this pheasant is going to be so perfectly tender and scrumptious.
Next, so now you're mixing our top, basically liquid layer, with our pheasant to make a nice dish that we will put on top of the risotto.
All right. And now we're going to get our risotto. Stir this up for you. I'll just use the same spoon there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
You said you weren't that hungry, right?
Correct.
Okay, make that pretty.
Yes, very pretty.
All right.
Delicious.
I guess I would call this, what, a refreshing hearty meal.
A refreshing party meal. Yeah.
Hearty, not party.
Santa likes to party. Here's the meal, guys. And we might just put some of our Cajun on it. You already know.
Yes, I do like optional. Yes. I love to have a little Creole seasoning on mine.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow's video where I'm making. No, I'm not telling you. Bye, guys.
Oh. Your Chase. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
give a
guys.
shout out.
I'm going to give a shout out to Gaming Fish and Fun Drawing. Those are Chase's channels. And he always gives a shout out to us. And make sure you watch his videos because they are very fun to watch. Bye, guys!
I'm giving a shout out too. I'm giving a shout out to Metro Christian Academy. They're in the quarterfinals of football tonight.
Oh, yeah!
All right. Go Nephew.
Yeah!
Win state. They won it last year. They're going to win again this year.
Yeah! Bye, guys!